So ready to start?
Yeah, we are ready, Rinpoche.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you. How is everyone? How is everyone doing?
We are fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Hello. Yeah. I'm just checking, scrolling through the. Okay. Okay. So I will try to stick to the script, the text, so that we don't go off road. Yeah. Yeah, because last week I was explaining a lot, so we have to cut like split right through the teachings. Yeah. Okay. So if everyone is ready, now we will take refuge to the triple gem and shape our motivation. Sangye Chetan Zogye Chana Chanju Bardo Dani Gyapso Je Dagye Chenso Yemen Zonam Ge Chola Penjira Sangye Chobara Jo Sangye Che Zogye Chanam La Chanju Bardo Dani Gyapso Je Dagye Chenso Yemen Zonam Ge Chola Penjira Sangye Mandala Gamne Yandaya. Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So the main topic that we are talking about is, of course, Guru devotion, Guru Yoga, and within the Guru Yoga, we are on the topic of Karsati, the field of merit, the merit field, right? And within the field of merit, we are talking about how to visualize the center, the central figure of the merit field of merit, which is Guru Rinpoche, and then you as a practitioner to be viewed as Kandri Shetsogil, etc. So this is what we are going to go through today. So depending on which practice you are doing, the central figure, central figure, the core figure changes. So for this particular practice of Longchen Yingtik, right? This is this book is the this book is the what do you call based on the Longchen Yingtik lineage. So for that purpose, the core figure, the central figure, is Guru Rinpoche. So in sometimes called the Lamye in the Sakyapa tradition, there would be the Sakya Panditas. Then in the Gelugpa, it could be Jetsongkapa, etc. So it changes from time to time. So it's not permanent. But for this particular purpose, which we are doing is the preliminary practices based on the Longchen Yingtik, which is a Nyingma tradition-based practice. So for this, we are focusing on Guru Rinpoche. And And so for this particular practice, we think of ourselves as a Shetsogya. For example, in the the Lamrim tradition, we actually think of ourselves as a monk. But in this particular practice, we think of ourselves as Khandro Yeshe Tsogya. So it changes from time to time for the different purposes that was being practiced. Now I will go back to what we just talked about last week, so that to fresh up your memory. So basically, you have to see, you have to think, you have to imagine as far as you can imagine, as much as you can imagine, as far as you can see that you are in the abbot of Guru Rinpoche, which is known as the Palace of Lotus Light. So if you read the book, it says visualize yourself at the center of the palace. So this can be a little bit confusing if you just read the book, okay? So center here does not mean the very center like here, okay? So center means like around here. That's a little bit confusing. What it means is because you have to visualize the guru and the deity at the very center. So visualize yourself at the center means yourself around here. Basically, for example, if you come to a temple, you will start praying from the very entrance of the temple. So the entrance is at the very, it's not the center, but it's like in the entrance to the monastery or a temple is not on the right side or on the left side. It's always in the center or the middle. So here, even though it's translated as center, what it actually means is the middle. Okay, so that's a little bit confusing. So if you're reading the book, then this is something you have to know about. Anyway, so from the middle of the entrance of the merit field, visualize yourself as Khandro Yeshe Tsogyal. Then Khandro Yeshe Tsogyal, we already explained why she's important here. So basically, you are imagining yourself as Khandro Yeshe Tsogyal. And there are three main reasons. One is because now you are receptacle. You are able to receive the transmission, the Wang, and everything. You are basically receptive to the highest Yoga Tantra teachings. First reason is you are ready to receive the Wang. Yeah. The second reason is you are able to invoke the innate wisdom and innate wisdom and the great bliss within you. And the third reason is for the guru, the master, to take good care of you. Because Khandro Yeshe Tsogyal, as I explained, she joined Guru Rinpoche. It is as his entourage. And then she left the palace and she left with him. And then they practiced together. So now in nature, in reality, you are Khandro Yeshe Tsogyal. But in appearance, you look like Vajrayogini. So I shared the picture of Vajrayogini before. So she is looking longingly into the sky. So here you are supposed to think. You have to think that you are looking, awaiting the response of your teacher, instructions of your teacher, the love and care of your teacher, the guidance of your teacher, etc. As Vajrayogini. Yeah. If you remember, I've sent the picture of Vajrayogini in our group chat, so you can refer to that. And in any case, she is holding the damaru, the drum, the small drum, that is to wake up people from the slumber of ignorance. And then the left hand is holding the right hand is holding the damaru, the small drum, and the left hand is holding the crooked knife, which is the curved knife, which is to cut the root of the three poisons. Then your whole the color of the body is red, which means burning, which means intensity. So your practice in general, your intention or your aspiration to become enlightened for the sake of all sentient being, everything is like burning hot. And then she is completely naked, except for the jewelry and the skull jewelry and other adornments. She is completely naked. So naked here means She is completely free from social stigma, from social aspiration, and then from conventional complications, etc. She is completely free from all of that. She means you. You are completely free from all of that. Now, visualize above you, around about 1 meter length above you. Visualize a big lotus flower, a lotus flower with hundreds of thousands of petals. That lotus flower is a lotus throne. All right, lotus seat. So on that lotus throne or lotus sin, there is the lotus seat. Sorry, lotus seat or lotus throne. On that lotus seat, there is two mattress. Uh, One mattress is the mattress of moon, symbolizing bodhicitta, and then on that mattress, there is the mattress of sun. So sun and moon symbolizes wisdom and bodhicitta. Wisdom realizing emptiness, and compassion based bodhicitta based on compassion. So on that seat and those mattresses sits the person who is the representative, who is the essence, who is none other than, who is the personification of all the Buddhas of 3 times past, present, and future, all the Buddhas of the 10 direction, etc. So which is none other than your root guru. Yeah. Then, even though it's your root guru in essence, in nature, but in appearance, he is appearing as Lobeng Rinpoche, Padmasambhava or Guru Rinpoche. So your guru may be you may be a male or female, but you are visualizing as Khandro Yeshe Tsogyal. So same likewise, your guru may be male, female, monk, or not monk. But here, for the purpose of this practice, you visualize your guru as Lobeng Rinpoche, who is in the attire of a royal attire. So he appears in a royal garment. We know Lobeng Rinpoche, Guru Padmasambhava, so how will he look like? You have the picture already. So visualize like that. And then here, the book talks about so explain all the different garments, like the clothes, the undergarments, everything, and especially talks about Padmasambhava's hat, and then all the different features of the hat. So it is said that the 3 points on the hat is a representation or symbolic representation of the 3 bodies, 3 enlightened bodies of the Buddha: Dharmakaya, Rupakaya, and Nirmanakaya. Then to represent that he works tirelessly in all the five direction, or in the 5 direction. He appears in 5 different color or rainbow color. The hat has 5 different colors. So 5 direction is very simple. It's east, west, north, south, the usual, and then the middle. So that's 5 direction. Then to represent wisdom and compassion, there is the moon and sun on the hat. Then it has the to represent, to symbolize the realization of the unshakable concentration, basically meaning samadhi or concentrative meditation, single-pointed meditation, achievement of single-pointed meditation. There is the Vajra. So the hat has a blue outline. Blue is the color of sky, or space. So it represents unlimited or unbounded samaya, commitment. This can be a little bit of if I go a little bit further on this one, the samaya part, we are talking about unbounded samaya. So normally when we talk about samaya, talk about commitment. Commitment means to commit to something. It's like it is bounded, right? Let's say if I say I'm committed to not eating meat, that means I cannot go beyond that. I'm committed to that, right? So there's a restriction, there is a limitation, there is a boundary here. So here is what we are saying is unbounded commitment or samaya. So that means Yeah. So here, if you think about it more carefully, what it actually is saying is that the commitment that you are making is not forced by someone. If it's forced by someone, then you are bounded by it. You are bound by that. You are chained to that. You become a slave to that commitment because you are forced to do that. But if you do it on your own, it becomes a spontaneous thing. So even though it is termed as a commitment, it is a commitment that you engage in joyfully, not through uh, external forces. Commitment has the connotation of discipline, commitment. Then unbounded has the connotation of free flowing. So here, what we're saying is free flowing discipline. So if you don't take it like the right way, it sounds as undisciplined discipline as well. So it's like it sounds it's a dichotomy in a sense. But if you understand it carefully, then what it's trying to say is that even though we train with the discipline to engage in the samaya, as we progress and as we advance, then the samaya comes naturally for us. We don't have we no longer have to force it through. So it's like a master dancer, a master architect. Even though in the beginning one has to go through a lot of discipline, but once you become a master, once you become a master of your art, then that art for that artist, for the great artist, the art comes uh, spontaneously, free flowing. So even though there is some sort of a discipline, there's a sort of a rule, but um, that rule comes from within, not enforced by some external force. So this is what we are talking about with Samaya here. So this part we finished last week. So now we talk about we stopped at the head part last week. Now at his heart or his hand, which is around his heart, Guru Rinpoche, he's holding the threatening mudra. Sometimes it's called the terrorizing. In some texts, they call it the terrorizing mudra. In some texts, it's called the threatening mudra. Here, they use threatening mudra. So in any case, it looks like this, threatening. So if you look at maybe if you have the book, there is a picture of Guru Rinpoche in that very particular mudra. Maybe I will share it with you right now. So he's holding the vajra like this. Okay, that's on the right hand. On his left hand, resting in his lap in the gesture of meditation. So like the Buddha Shakyamuni does. So his left hand is in the meditation mudra, and this is holding in the Buddha Shakyamuni is holding the alms bowl, right? The monk's alms bowl. Here, Guru Rinpoche is holding the skull cup. That skull cup is filled with nectar of immortality, and it contains a long life vase on top of it. So if you look at me, I'll just show an example. So his left hand is like a meditative posture, and it's holding the skull cup, the cup made from human skull. In the skull cup is the nectar of immortality, and then on the top of inside the nectar, there is the vase, like a golden vase, So vase is inside the skull cup like this, and that vase is holding um, the also holding the nectar for immortality, and then it's also topped with a sprig, a leaf from the tree known as the wish fulfilling tree. So basically, it means whatever your wishes are will be fulfilled. That Guru Rinpoche has the power or the potential to fulfill your wishes. So a sprig, a leaf from the wish fulfilling tree. I will explain about the wish fulfilling tree later if you want to know. So wish fulfilling tree, a leaf from the wish fulfilling tree is adorned on the vase, which is on the skull cup. Then his left hand, which is kind of sitting like this. So I shared the picture so you can take a look. So in his left hand, on the crooked side of his left hand, is holding the Katwanka, known as. So yeah, the Katwanka, it's called Katwanka. So you will see in the Guru Rinpoche also. So the Katwanka represents the three prongs of the Katwanka, symbolizes the three prongs, like there's a Vajra, right? So the three prongs of the Katwanka, it symbolizes the nature, essential nature, natural expression, and compassion. So yeah, so what I'm so in okay, if maybe if you ask question, it will better, then I will explain more, okay, about what this is. Then this the Katwanka represents these three essences, but even though it appears as the Katwanka, in reality, this is the consort of Guru Rinpoche, which is known as Plachik Mandarava, or the Princess Mandarava of the Mandi Kingdom in Himalaya, in Himalayas. So okay, we should not be using common language, like ordinary language like this, but in common language, this is none other than his consort, his wife, if you like, his partner. But then she is not appearing in a human form. She is appearing in this staff, like a stick. You see the Katonka holding like this, head like this by Guru Rinpoche. So this is in Guru Rinpoche's left hand. That represents Mandarava, or his spiritual partner. If you look at the, so I sent two pictures. If you look at the second picture of, which is of Vajrayogini, she's also holding like this. So the Katwanka in Vajrayogini's left arm represents her spiritual partner, which is Chakrasambhara. So whether it's the male deity or a female deity, the Katwanka represents the other half, like the other, your spiritual partner. If you look at the Katanka on the very top, and maybe you can zoom in on the picture later, on the very top is a skull or a dried human head. This represents the Dharmakaya, or the truth body. Completely dry and only skeleton, that is the Dharmakaya, that is the truth. Skeleton, that is the truth. The second one is not completely dry up, but a little bit, so basically a rotten head, rotten human head. That is the Sambhogakaya, or the enjoyment body. Then the last one is a fresh human head with blood coming out. So that is the Nirmanakaya, or the Nirmanakaya, what do you call that in English? Basically, it's Nirmanakaya. It's what they call manifestation or emanation body. Emanation body, yeah. So here on the Vajra here, you will see there's a long chain. That chain has a lot of rings on it. Basically, there's 9 rings on the chain. So those 9 rings represents the 9 stages of progress, spiritual progression. Then also on the Katanka, there is the hair of mamos, like dead mamos. So mamo is a demoness, like a female demon. Okay, so it's a kind of female demon. So it's holding the hair of all these demons. That, so basically what it represents is that the person who is holding this has conquered over all those powerful demons. So after vanquishing or killing those demons, it's a very similar. Okay, if you don't take it at a spiritual point of view, if you look at it a very anthropologically, then it's very similar to what you see in the African the tribes, where after the pygmies and all those, so when they kill their enemies, they put their head on the staff and then try to terrorize others by doing so. So it has a similar sort of connotation, as a similar sort of a context. But of course, the meanings are actually, of course, deeper here.
Yeah.
Depending on the purpose of the practice, the guru and the what do you call that thing? The consort, the guru and the consort, or the deity and the consort may be separated, what we call the father and the mother, Yab Yum, or it can be conjoined. It can be separated, even in a conjoined state, or it can be sort of condensed within each other. So sometimes the Yap, the father, is holding the staff. You don't see the Yum physically, but the Yum is actually in the form of the Katwanka. Sometimes you see the Yum, sometimes you see like Vajrayogini as the central figure, and you don't see the Yap with Vajrayogini, but the Yap is actually hidden or concealed within the Katwanka, like that. So in order to broaden the mind, the Yap and the Yum were separated, and then you can envision them separately in a conjoined state. In order to condense your mind, because you need to concentrate and to make your mind more condensed, then the Yap and Yum, either Yap is condensing the Yum in the Katwanka, or the Yum is condensing the Yap in the Katwanka, etc., like that. But that's why also, maybe just a side note, it's important to when we discuss tantra, especially in the Anuttara Yoga Tantra, the highest yoga tantric terms, it's always important to use the tantric terms rather than like ordinary terms, even though you're talking about like not to simplify things. Okay, so I'm rephrasing it again. So not to simplify. If you simplify it too much, then you have the there is the issue of thinking that as a very ordinary, what do you call, just an, there is the danger of thinking of this as just, so a lot of people, I mean, there are people who criticize Vajrayana, and they say that Tantra, Vajrayana, especially Anuttara Yoga Tantra, is just pornography. Okay, so if you use ordinary terms, if you think it everything in ordinary ways with carnal desire and everything, then of course it is basically pornography. Okay, but if you use the proper terms with the proper intention in the proper way, then you will go beyond that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my trying to say, instead of saying husband and wife, we're using the term Yap and Yum. So instead of using ordinary terms, we use the terms like sacred union, etc., etc. And that is important to elevate our understanding and to deepen our perception in this practice. It's a sacred, not secret, sacred union, like holy.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have visualized the guru, the central figure already with the karanka, with the yum, with the dakini, with the like that. Anyway, so visualize like that. So around the guru, around the guru, there is a luminous rainbow. Okay, like a rainbow background. Think of a rainbow background. And then on the rainbow background, so huge, don't think of like a small room or a small building, but huge, like filling the all of space. Then visualize the 8 Vidyadharas of India, the 25 disciples of Tibet, etc., etc. So 8 Vidyadharas, meaning 8 masters who have recognized, who have realized the Vidya, or the wisdom, innate wisdom. I've sent a picture of the 8 Vidyadharas. So if you check the message, you will find it there. So I will not go into introducing each of them. That will take a long time. 8 Vidyadhara, 25. I will send the picture later in our Facebook group. But here, okay, so basically all the great masters are behind on the rainbow, the background, on the background above the Guru Rinpoche. All those different masters are lined up there. So visualize like that. So encircled by all the masters from the past, ancient masters, as well as all the Dakas, Dakinis, the Bodhisattvas, basically all the what do you call, the refuge, point of refuge, like the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, the Dakinis, the Sangha, the Dharma, everything encircling your guru. Okay. Also the Dharma protectors as well. So much so that when you visualize all of that, the guru in a very living and breathing presence, and all the other the lineage gurus. The lineage guru basically means your root guru, and all the other gurus, you call them lineage gurus. So whatever lineage you come from, if you receive this teaching from one particular guru, and all of his other gurus, his gurus and his guru, they all become the lineage guru. So all the lineage gurus, all the Dakinis, all the Bodhisattvas, all the other Buddhas, they're all sitting behind as a witness. Okay. And so much so that the vision is so clear that any ordinary thought just disappears, whether you have some delusion, whether you have, I don't know, confusion, whether you have doubts, etc., whatever, everything is cleared. Only thing that you can think of is this field of merit. So in generally speaking, when we talk about visualizing the lineage gurus, okay, when we talk about the guru and the lineage masters, there are three ways of doing that. For three different purposes. There are three ways of visualizing the lineage tree. It's called the lineage tree. Lineage tree is similar to family tree. We talk about family tree. Yeah. So there is something called one above all, one above other. Okay. Sometimes to simplify, we call them the tower, like a big tower structure of building. So we call that the towering meditation, in which you visualize your guru on your head, on his guru on his head, his guru on his head, on top of each other like that. So it becomes like a towering of gurus.
Yeah.
So that is one aspect. It's usually called one above the other meditation.
Yeah.
In today's time, it's like holding a thick pack of bio data, like, okay, bio, like all the achievements, all the awards, all the degrees. Is holding all the degrees like that. When you go for a job interview, you carry all the bio, right, like that. The recommendations, yeah. Another type of lineage meditation or lineage tree visualization is called the jewel that includes everything, or the jewel that contains everything. The precious stone that contains everything. But that's like holding the Black American Express card. So you have one card in it, you don't need any other card. So it's like one card that can trump all other cards. Then another one is called the Lama or the Guru. It's called the Guru in the crowd or Guru in the market. That's one type of meditation. So in the market, when you go to the market, you can buy anything you want. Anything you want is on. It's directly accessible to you. You want to buy carrot, you want to buy eggplant, you want to buy potato. Everything is on display. Everything is ready to pick up. So if, for example, if it's a towering figure, maybe let's say your guru's 58th guru is very, very high up there. You cannot access it too far.
Yeah.
But in the crowd, like in a market, everything is accessible, right?
Yeah.
So there is a different there is that benefit. There is the benefit here. If you visualize guru in a crowd, there is that benefit. So what are the purposes of this different visualization? The first one, the one above another, the towering figure, is usually used during the refuge practices, especially like when we are doing accumulating 100,000 or 500,000 prostrations in order to purify our negativity. So that time we visualize the gurus one on top of the other, like the towering meditation, the towering meditation or the towering lineage tree is practiced. Same case in Wando, where we purify our negativity by doing the Vajrasattva meditation, Vajrasattva recitation. During that time, during the Vajrasattva purification, you visualize the Guru as the jewel that includes everything. So basically a trump card. So only one Guru is envisioned, who is the representative of all the other Gurus. So all the thousands of gurus contained in one guru. So that one is practiced during the Vajrasattva meditation. Then in this particular practice, which is the Guru Yoga or the Guru Union, Guru Yoga practice, we visualize the Guru in the market, the Guru in the market or the Guru in the crowd type of practice. Oh yeah, that's the little thing. Okay, okay. This is how we visualize. Recite the visualization text, paying attention to the meaning of the words. Emma, everything I perceive is spontaneously formed, pure, and down all the way to the visualizing. So maybe so there are two types of prayers that you will visualize. So one of them is the popular 7-line prayer to Guru Rinpoche. I will share that prayer with you, and then maybe in great detail later in the group. So I will just share the prayer, the 7-line prayer. All these prayers were said, and then that all the gurus, all the deities that were around Guru Rinpoche, all the gurus, deities, Buddha, Bodhisattva, everything showers, merges into Guru Rinpoche, the central figure, and then he would rain you with the blessing nectar like that. So I will just read the 7-line prayer here so that you will get a transmission of the prayer anyways, and then I will explain more later. Yamzen choki ngudro nye pema jungne sheso cha kordo khandro mangbyo kor kegi jeso daudro chingi lobje sheso suyong guru pema siti hong. Yeah, done. So this part is visualization part. Okay. Then visualizing the merit field, the field of merit itself. Now what we do with the field of merit is, okay, if you have a field, if you have an empty land, fertile land, what will you do? You will have to plant, you will have to sow the seed of corn, sow the seed of rice, whatever, and then you have to work on that. You have to farm on that field, right? So similarly, we will start the farming. So what are we going to farm? We are going to farm merit. How are we going to farm merit? By engaging in the 7-limb prayer. So the 7-limb practice is a very powerful practice. So basically 7-limb is prostration to make offering to the triple. So you have the merit field, right? Merit field means the refuge tree, your guru, etc. So making prostration to the refuge, making prostrations to the merit field, making offerings to the merit field, making confessing to the merit field, rejoicing all the good deeds or the virtuous activities of the individuals in the merit field, then asking them to have a long life, then asking them to keep teaching the Dharma, then doing dedication for all of that. So that is the 7-limb prayer. So sometimes we call that 7-limb, some 7 branch, because in Tibetan we call it Yenla. Yenla means branch, Yenla means limb, Yenla means point. So basically, so anyway, it's called 7-limb prayer, 7 branches prayer, 7 branches practice, 7 branches offering. So there are many different names. So basically, this is what we are talking about. Yeah, thank you very much. We will continue, keep it up from the 7-limb practice next week. So today I will conclude here. Thank you very much, all of you, for your time and your attention. Then if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. No question. That means everybody enlightened. Our teacher used to say that when we go to the class, we have something called debate class, right? We have our instruction class like normal, like what you would imagine in normal class. Then we have something called a debate class in the monastery, because ours is an academic monastery. So we do a lot of debate. So whatever we have been taught in the morning, in the daytime, we also argue and debate in the evening in our debate classes. So our teachers would say, like, so the next day when we meet the teacher, and they ask, like, Any questions? And we say no questions. So no question means two things. Either it's very good or very bad, okay? Either you have become a Buddha, so you have no more question, or you have learned nothing. Either you have learned so much that you no longer have any question, or you have learned nothing so that you have no question.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah.
Yeah. There's one question, Rinpoche La.
Yes.
Trương Phạm. What is the essential nature and natural expression like?
Yeah, that's a very, very difficult question. So now I have no answer for that. So I think there's a little bit of confusion in the translation here. I mean, this is a very good book. I'm really the translator actually, got the very not just the linguistic kind of explanation, but also most part of the Tibetan sort of spirit in there as well. Very good translation in general, but sometimes it can, it's you miss out a few things here and there because you are not a natural speaker of native speaker of the language. So I will explain. So what it says in Tibetan is Ngo Rangshin Tukje Sumsaba. So there is a Ngo Rangshin. So and then Tukje. Tukje is very easy to translate. It basically means compassion. Ngo and Rangshin is a little bit more complicated because Ngo and Rangshin have similar connotation. Okay, that's why it says essential nature and natural expression. So basically, you can say Ngo can be translated as essence. Rangshin can be translated as nature. So the three prongs of the trident, which is on the Khatwanka, represents the essence, the nature, and the compassion aspect of Vajrayogini. In this case, it's Princess Mandarava. So the three prongs on the Khatwanka is none. So the three prongs are on the Khatwanka, and the Khatwanka is none other than Mandarava, Princess Mandarava. So basically, we are talking about the essence, the nature, and the compassion aspect of Mandarava here. So the essence of Mandarava is that she is fully devoted to the Dharma in general. Then, of course, readily recipient to the Vajrayana in general, and then also acute to the Guru, which is Padmasambhava. So that is her essence. Her nature is that she is you can say receptible. Basically, she is ready to basically emptiness. The wisdom aspect is she's prepared to listen to, understand, and engage in the teachings of the wisdom aspect, with the wisdom part of the teachings, wisdom teachings. That's her nature. Basically, her closeness. Basically, her proximity to her guru, her closeness to her guru, her devotion to her guru. Then her ability to understand the profound teachings, then her potential to feel the pain of others. So these three things are referred to as the nature, the essence, and the compassion. Devotion to the guru, ability to understand profound teachings, and empathy for others' pain. So when we say mandar over here, okay, another question coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
This one is Vietnamese, please.
Yeah. I would like to have one question. The appearance used in visualization is a true appearance. So if we look at the worldly perspective, whether we use it as a tool to achieve enlightenment or not. Secondly, if we don't visualize the appearance and the colors can we visualize in light instead or not? Yeah.
Okay. The first question is if we don't, if we use the, can you summarize the the first question,
The
please?
first one is the appearance used to visualize is the
Yeah.
true appearance. So at the worldly perspective, whether we use the appearance as a tool to achieve enlightenment or not. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The first question, yes, yes. The appearance that, so I think we are talking, when we say appearance, I think the questioner is talking about the forms of the deities that we take when we visualize. I think that's what we are talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So the form that we take when we visualize ourselves as this and that deity, those appearances very much plays a very important tool in forming the result, which is the the enlightenment, the Buddhahood, when we become enlightened. So we always talk about, usually when we talk about, people talk about Buddhism, a lot of people think, not in the, people think like Buddhism is all about mind training, mind, because that is the most popular teaching out there, right? Peace, mind, compassion, this and that, which is, of course, a very important part of Buddha's teaching. And it makes up a large portion of the Buddha's teaching. And if you just keep, how do you say, building the mind or creating a positive mind, the result will, of course, will be a positive mind. Will be the result will come, right? But as a Buddha, our ultimate goal is to become a Buddha. So when we become a Buddha, our achievement, we want to have a perfect, enlightened body, speech, and mind. Not just the mind. Mind by itself cannot do anything. So mind needs the tentacles, the arms of the body and the speech. The physical appearance and the verbal expression is very much important, as important, if not more, as important as the mind that is behind everything. So you have a very sharp brain, mind, everything, but if you cannot move your hand, cannot speak, then those minds cannot manifest purely, right?
Yeah.
So for that reason, most of the general teaching of the Buddha Dharma, Buddhist teaching, the popular Buddhist teaching, that usually people say, oh, Buddhism is so peaceful, Buddhism is so nice, this and that. That part of Buddhism is all about developing the mind. And only in the Vajrayana, it tells us how to develop the speech as well as develop the body. And body is a physical formation as a form. So for that reason, training in the form, appearance, as we talk about here, we are referring to the body, the physical appearance, the form as appearance here, right? So appearance here, don't confuse this appearance with appearance and reality here. So here, appearance means physical appearance. So physical appearance is very important here because this is what we want to achieve in the future. The second question I forgot.
Yeah. If we don't visualize the appearance and the color, so can we visualize the light? Yeah, or
Okay.
not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just okay. Yeah, you can. But try to visualize in the color if you can. Just try.
Yeah.
Try.
Tất nhiên là có thể quán tưởng thân ánh sáng, nhưng mà nếu mà có thể quán tưởng đầy đủ cái hình tướng và màu sắc thì sẽ tốt hơn, và chúng ta nên cố gắng là so.
Oh yeah. I think the next question is why there's a skull beads around Vajrayogini's neck, right?
Yeah.
So the skull in general represents empty, because when we see a skeleton, we think of, oh, that it used to be possessed by a human being or a sentient being before, and that sentient being is now gone, dead, whatever, so it's no longer there. So we immediately think of something gone, not there, empty. like that. So it's a big reminder for emptiness in general. In general, this is what it reminds. So the skeletons, animal skeleton, human skeleton, whatever. So skeletons, when you see that, you see the empty. When you see a skeleton, immediately you are reminded of something vacant, something not there, right? Something missing, like that. Something missing has a connotation of something being empty, which is close to emptiness. Okay, that is in general. Now here, Vajrayogini is wearing the garland, the mala, the rosary, right, of 50 human skulls. 50 human skulls. So these 50 human skulls, like any other skulls, it's a reminder for something not there, something vacant, something empty. Okay. So what is Vajrayogini representing by wearing those 50 human skulls? Why 50? Why not 51? Why not 30, etc.? So this is basically uh, representing the achievement of uh, freeing one's mind from the 50 impurities of the 50 mental impurities, 50 types of mental impurities. So this is something that you engage in when you practice Vajrayogini related teachings. Then you will be able to cleanse your body, physical body, of the within the physical body, the 50 different channels within your body of 50 different impurities, mental impurities. So mental impurities gone, not there, purified, clean. Just like that, the skull, which is purified, clean, not there, of flesh, eyes, skin, blood, anything. So just like the skulls are free from the flesh, the pus, the blood, all these things, the mind of a Vajrayogini is also free from all those different 50 impurities. So to signify that, she is wearing the skull of Kasa, the mandala, the mala of 50 human skulls. Yeah. Another thing is that the body is left with just a skeleton, no skin or flesh or anything is left. That means the body is totally dried up. Dry has the connotation of fire and or heat. So this is a reference actually to the Tumo practice or the inner heat practice of Vajrayogini. So because of the intense heat that is being produced or practiced produced by practicing the Vajrayogini Tumo practices, one is able to in a when a human being die, we burn them in the when we cremate them, all the body, flesh, everything goes. Only the skeleton remains. So just like that, this skeleton is a reminder of the power of Vajrayogini's inner heat Tumo practice. So this another the follow-up question is that is it related to the 50 mental defilements from the Abhidharma? No, it's nothing to do with the. It's two different things. In any way, in the Abhidharma, it's not 50, it's 51, and it's also not defilement. It's 51 mental formations, not defilements. Defilement means impure, right? So it's not impure. It's pure, impure, neutral types of mental formations. There are 51 according to the Abhidharma teachings. So this is not related. It's different. Okay, we will conclude now here. Once again, thank you very much, all of you, for attending. And then we will now do the dedication together. Gewa diye nyurdo lama sangye chobyoro nyan chowa che jang male banke sala ge bora jo chanjo semjo sembo je ma ye bana ma ge yo gewa nyamba me bana yang kone gondo pe wa jo Next page. Chime kembe, boy jambe, de boy moy de jamoy ze saman wenda, koi jen kembe, zoy gen zoy gan. Loi loi dai pe shai loi soi wan de loi zoi dai pe shai loi soi wan de be ni bo de be ben ha xing la ma do yu gun la chan ju lo san che ye jam zu zhou ge Thank you, Miss Wang. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Rinpoche
Thank you.
La.
Con
Thank you
cảm
very
ơn
much,
thầy.
Rinpoche La.
Thank you.
Thầy Đạo Hữu Trương
Thank you,
Thọ,
Mr.
Đạo
Hong.
Hương, Đạo Hữu Quý
Thank
Phạm
you,
hôm nay
Mr.
có
Hong.
câu hỏi rất là hay ạ.
Thank you, Rinpoche.